I mean, I spent 40 years in France just to prepare for this role.
Yeah, that's what it takes.
Hello everybody, I'm François.
I'm Luca.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Kirk. I directed The Three Wise Men, and this is notes on the scene.
Hell yeah.
So you're telling me?
So today we are breaking down the biggest scene in our short film, and this is when the three not-so-wise/wise men are going, that's right, are going for a little bit of a stroll or a bit of a drive through the country to dispose of a certain target that the lovely, illustrious Merv has captured. We have Merv in the back.
So Merv is, he's a bit of an enigma. He's very courageous, powerful, intelligent. He's a bit precocious. He's got many skills and qualities that he finds are useful in his job.
Frankie here in the front.
Frankie just wants things to work out and he's in a bad mood. I think that's all I can say.
And Goldie here on the side.
I play Goldie. Goldie's just all-round champion. He loves a good time, loves having a bit of fun, making the most out of life, there for a good payday.
You guys are not actually driving.
Oh,
Did you know that? I mean, you guys are on set. You're on set. But no, you guys aren't actually driving. Where we filmed this? So we filmed this on an LED volume at Dreamscreen in Victoria. And essentially, it's not necessarily a 360-degree volume here, but a visual stage where they've got different LED screens that can simulate travel. So you can see here in the background, we've got all of the motion happening, and it really does emulate the light on their face and also showcase they are traveling.
Did you know you were going to get the dream screen?
One of the biggest problems with car scenes in general is that it's very expensive to shoot them. So you have to close down roads, rig up the car and everything like that. But luckily with Dreamscreen, we could run the take as many times as we wanted. And our legendary DP for this particular scene, Mr. David Chan and his crew.
It was really fascinating to see the little army that was just working at making the whole thing work.
The Dreamscreen in the background here, that's everything. Going back to the scene itself, the main purpose of this scene was to get a bit of an insight onto these characters. Every line kind of alludes to a little bit of behind previous dealings that they have. Obviously, it's only a 10.5-minute short film or so, but we wanted to use this opportunity to get a bit more of an understanding of what each of the guys are like.
Frankie is kind of like the angry dad who likes them but is so annoyed at them. Especially
You like
at
me?
Merv. Yeah, spoiler alert, I end up liking them. But yeah, he's like an angry dad who turns into a brother, and we discuss the brotherhood because they bond over killing somebody. That's the moral of the story.
That was a really important part for me as well, in that Merv is a little bit looked down upon, but he really wants to be accepted by these people and to show them that he's great and he deserves to be there and he's actually good at what he does.
I think the KFC bucket here, obviously it is a gimmick that he's eating, but I think it's also very kind of indicative of his character in a sense that he likes to blend things together and not focus on one thing at a time, versus Frankie just having a conversation here. Like he's not happy. And I have to say that wonderful French accent of yours really really pushes that through.
Yeah, you worked so hard on that,
yeah,
Frankie. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, as a
Real method acting, he's still doing it.
Yeah, he's still doing it.
I mean, I spent 40 years in France just to prepare for this role.
Yeah, that's what it takes.
40?
Just keep your greasy fingers off my seats. Goddamn Colonel Sanders. God, I'm driving. Fuck, stop.
All right, I think this is one of firstly my favorite shots in the whole movie, or this frame, purely because like it perfectly illustrates what these three characters are like. We've got Merv, the fun one, the one you want to invite to your birthday party but not have around the kids.
But not stay over.
Yeah, but not also stay over. We have Goldie, who he's the cool guy, but he's also very amused by Merv's antics. But more importantly, he's amused by Frankie not being too happy. And the reason why I like this frame is because in each of their facial expressions, you can tell that you're fully serious. You think that like you think that you're bonding with Frankie here.
I am.
He's not a happy chappy.
I am. Look how hard I'm bonding. See? I'm bonding so hard with him. It's really
the Iron Man
great.
is perfect there.
So what, you're saying that you survived 3 months on the Mediterranean with no greasy cock
in your hands.
So that was an ad lib, wasn't it?
That's-
in rehearsal.
That is one thing I want to touch up on. Greasy Cock was not in that script.
No, it wasn't. But I think we were talking in between scenes, and I just said that to make you laugh. And you go, okay, that's going in the scene. So.
Hello, Future Kirk here. Sorry to interrupt the scene breakdown video. Hopefully you've been enjoying it so far. Now, obviously short films like this one and other creative projects cost a lot of money, which can be a big gap between people being able to make the stuff that they want to make and actually being able to do it in the end. And today I wanted to share with you an awesome opportunity thanks to today's sponsor, Artlist, that is coming about that can help you fund potentially your next creative idea, because Artlist just launched the second year of its biggest creator fund ever, the Artlist 100K Fund. No matter what type of filmmaker or creator you are, you now have the opportunity to pitch your craziest creative idea for the chance of Artlist to give you $100,000 to make that happen. The 100K Fund is now open and closes on October 24th, so do make sure to submit your idea as soon as you can. And all you have to do to join is to post your 100K idea pitch on your socials, tag Artlist, and then use the hashtag Artlist100K Fund. You can find all the information in the link in the description below, or go to artlist.io. And of course, if you don't really know what Artlist is, they're an incredible music and sound effects licensing platform that I use across all my filmmaking projects, including scoring this entire short film and utilizing their music and sound effects on my other projects and YouTube videos. So if you're interested, be sure to check them out and use my link in the description below to get 2 months free on their yearly plan. And with that being said, back to the scene breakdown. One of the fun parts of this scene here that just played out is that Goldie's making a very hilarious joke, but Merv has got absolutely no idea, because he's been held the responsibility of having the weapon of the crew.
Yep.
Which is a little bit surprising. But
Big responsibility.
as you see later in the film, he gets up to some illustrious behaviours. Because of the later scene, I wanted to make sure we established that Merv has the weapon of choice. So it's no surprise when future events unfold as well.
And you being in charge of this baffles me. Seriously though.
So one thing I want to shout out Paul, who did a lot of the sound design on this part here.
Thanks, Paul.
What was sick is that he did a little clicking noise to make it sound like, obviously, it's something that you wouldn't notice, I guess, until you watched it maybe the 50th time like I have. But Merv tries to fire the gun, which is funny because if the gun was loaded and ready, it could have just blown off. But again, another little detail just to show what's going through that noggin of yours. No, not
Smart
yours, but Merv's noggin.
It's one and the same.
One and the same. This is like the very tail end of the car scene here. Even though, would you guys say that the three wise men are pretty, not wise, like they're pretty crazy?
No, they're wise.
Very wise.
Yeah, very wise.
Wise and majestic.
Yeah.
Good answer, because they care about safety.
They do.
Luca, tell me a little bit about how you wanted to...
Yeah, this is excellent.
This shows the friendship that these characters have.
For context, when Frankie puts on the balaclava, Luca has gone and held onto the steering wheel to keep the car straight.
Shows intuition.
That's acting. Yeah.
It's real life.
Read Stanislavski.
Correct.
That's something that Terrence Malick would miss.
I think my father used to do that. That's why we introduced the thing. My father was driving and he was like, I need to drink or something.
Yeah.
And
I thought you were
I mean, he would kill people with his gangster friends. Yeah.
Life these
drinking
people had.
water. Yeah, that's
No, it was France, okay?
That's the 40 years
We
of
drink
war.
wine while driving.
With wine while driving.
So, yeah.
We don't
I
condone
mean, it
any
feels
of that.
just logical. I mean, struggling and the balaclava, just try to put on the balaclava on the first go, and with the holes just falling in the right places, doesn't work.
So the car wasn't moving.
Yeah, not physically moving, and like you would get comfortable in your position just to not do anything. But little details like that, again, not many people are going to really notice after you've seen it for just for one time or so. But this gives away the illusion that you are moving, along with the bouncing, the lighting on the outside, and everything. Even one of the gaffers had a massive branch at the back and was like waving it in front of the lights just to make it look like that there was stuff moving.
Wave the
past.
branch for the whole day.
Yeah.
But yeah, even after a few takes, you came to me and said, "Can you move the wheel a little bit?"
Yeah.
Because I was just talking with
One thing in which I think we should touch on whilst we're here is the costumes of each character and what you wanted to achieve by having them wear certain things.
That's probably one of the things that you and I had the biggest, not necessarily arguments about, but debates over, like what each of these characters should be wearing. Goldie here, who's very eccentric, I feel like he comes from a little bit of wealth as well. He's wearing probably the nicest bit of clothing. Frankie, I would say, is probably the most experienced
Straight to the point.
Practical.
guy, and he's a criminal, and he's done it before, and that's why he's wearing all black. Merv has come straight from Hawaii.
Well, he's essentially actually come from Greece, right?
From Greece.
Yeah.
You can just look at these characters, not hear anything, and you can kind of get an idea what each of them are like based on what they're wearing.
Yeah.
What was going through your head just to do this expression?
Well, I can't remember exactly what you said to me, but I know that it was like a very provocative piece of direction. Sorry, evocative, not provocative. I think it made me feel like warm and fuzzy, and I think that was what the that was the feeling that we were trying to communicate. He's a bit lonely now. He feels left out, so he has to like reach out to find solace, and he finds it in the Colonel, and. That was what we tried to do, and I feel like it kind of worked. The thing I love about the bucket hat, which you can't really see in this frame, but when it's in other frames, you can see the moustache just under the lip of the bucket, and I think that was a great touch.
Look at the size of this arm. This guy's in shape.
He is in huge shape. Look at him.
Look at the size of this head.
Yeah, that's about it for this scene here. You can go and watch Three Wise Men, depending on when this video comes out, but up on the channel very, very shortly.
What's next for the Three Wise Men?
Well, we've thrown out, an idea of a Three Wise Men cinematic universe that,
TTWMCU.
hell yeah.
Correct.
It's going to happen.
It's definitely going to happen.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
That's it. Thanks, guys. Enjoy.
Nice.
Guys.